the Carlson wearing infamous gear.
It was funny. It's because he was imitating him too. So.
Is it easier to do that after a win?
Yeah, but he wouldn't have done that after a loss. He wouldn't have done that after a loss. It was, yeah, no, it was actually it was funny.
You get that long season, stuff like that, help out.
You have to. I mean, it's when you're going to smile, when you're going to have fun. You know, you win a game, and you don't play very well. You know, people know you don't really have fun. You lose a game, you don't have any fun. So there's not that much time to be smiling and have fun. So whenever you got moments, you got to lighten up the atmosphere. You have to. It's a everyday grind. Like everybody was in bed by 2:30, 3 last night. Back at work this morning. Another game tomorrow, and then again, and then back to back, and we've been playing every 2 days in November. So it's a grind. It's a grind. So I'll be honest. I kind of welcome the laugh this morning.
Do you guys feel like there's a weight lifted off your shoulders? Scoring 4 goals last night, especially against Carey Price.
I don't see it as a weight. I see it more as a deserving. I see it more as we've been talking about it. We've been working on it. The guys have been very focused at doing a better job around the net, having more poise, and especially lifting the puck up, screening the goaltender. If you look at our goals, Hoffman lifted the puck up. Stone had a lot of poise on that goal and lifted it. Carlson's goal happened because Pajot is really screening the goaltender. So, you know, all the goals that we got there are, to me, they're a result of the guys really pushing hard to be better around the net. Man, that's why we got those goals. So a weight, no, I see it more as something positive after deserving it.
How would you describe your team's even strength play or 5-on-5 play last night, Coach? And I know
Well, there wasn't much. What I said, the French media asked me a similar question. My answer was, what I was impressed by our players, not obviously the number of penalties, but the fact that whenever you take penalties and you have one after the other, the difficult thing is you've lost momentum. And to regain it back is very difficult. It takes 2, 3, 4 shifts before you get that momentum back. And when you got one penalty, you know, it's fine. You'll rebuild it pretty quick after that by one, and then another one, and another one. So the interlude between those penalties is very difficult to reload mentally and get that momentum back. And I thought that's where we were really strong mentally. The minute we got the chance there, 5-on-5, to get a bit of time 5-on-5 or power play, we got something going. We got a scoring chance. So that was quite impressive. And I like the fact that, you know, trailing, sticking to it, trailing, sticking to it, trailing, sticking to it, which means that I think we're really progressing mentally. And that was one of the big things we talked about at the beginning of the year that needed to be addressed and improved. And I think the guys have not just bought in, but they've developed. They really developed mentally over the last span. And, you know, after the game against Florida, it can be demoralizing. Let's not kid ourselves. You know, you look at the clips after, it's even more demoralizing than it was just after the game. You can't believe you lost that one. So not to carry that into that game for me, that was very impressive too. So this was it was a big mental challenge, that game in Montreal. First of all, it's a tough building to play in. 2, they're the top team in the league. You play against, you know, a goalie that stones everybody. After a game you should have deserved. So there's a lot of factors that could have killed us and impaired us, but it was the opposite. That's why I was impressed by.
easy game to carry over into tomorrow night's game. You got a stretch of 3 of 4 and Boston tomorrow.
This is a tough stretch. Play every 2 days. Come back from a road now. Game against a good team. If you look, I think they're first for number of shots for, first for number of shots against. They're a really good team. And then the game after that, obviously, is Carolina. They won 5 in a row. So, there are no easy games in this league, but we're aware that those teams are doing very well. And it is a back-to-back on Sunday. And we leave right after the game on Saturday. So this is a tough stretch. It's a tough stretch, and it continues after that. And one game every 2 days again, and then long road trips. So I don't see the end of, okay, we're going to get a little break down the road. We're not. So it's a grind, but that's the NHL. So we gotta maintain our growth through that stretch, and we want to get better. We practice power play again today. Practice almost every day now, as soon as we can. And I said we were going to put a lot of emphasis on it. We did, and we scored, and we could have scored another one. So in that respect, we're moving forward.
Will it be a game day decision on Bobby Ryan tomorrow? Yes. And have you got a plan on your goaltenders for the next?
Well, right now, for sure, Andy tomorrow. So that's where we're at right now, to be honest with you.
Enough maintenance?
Yeah, he's okay. He's fine, 100% sure he's playing tomorrow.
It's not going to work Carlson's equipment.
I don't think he's going to wear Carlson's equipment. I'm not sure he's going to fit in it. Yeah, I'm not sure what would have been the funniest, Carl wearing Fanuf's equipment or the opposite.
What can you tell us a little bit about the Bruins coach and how they approach it?
Coached against Claude and Junior, coached against them in the NHL and in the playoffs, 7th game series. So I've seen quite a bit of the way they play. They've changed some players since then, but Claude has his way of doing things, and I'm familiar with it. But it's been a successful one. It's been a one that's been enduring over the years. He's done a terrific job there with Boston. I think he's the winningest coach in the history of the Bruins. Well deserved. So you're expecting when you play Boston that they're a good team, but they're well coached and they're going to adjust well. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to play a series against them and go in 7, and still have nightmares about 6 minutes left, 0-0, 7th game. But if you're the one scoring, you get through. They're the ones scoring, they get through. But I think it was a really hard-fought series back then, and I have a lot of respect for them. But I mean, they're coming in tomorrow, and we want to beat them. I know what they've done in the past, and this year I think they're similar. They're consistent in what they do defensively. It's a lot of the same leaders, which gives a lot of consistency to all aspects of the game. Their goaltender's been doing very well, so not a lot of weakness there. So for us, it's a game where we have to be consistent too. We can't beat ourselves against a team like that. That's the one thing, you can't beat yourself, because they will beat you.
You had those 3 guys last night up at Hoffman, Boucher, and Stone having a big night together. But do you like the matchup at home?
Again, I think you're right on there. It's a question of matchup tomorrow. Right now, I'm really starting to figure out my guys now. For sure, Dzingel and Turris are really good together. So that's a lock for now. Pager, Smith, and Pajot played together last year. I got them together. They can be a shutdown. As a matter of fact, they can shut down and get some offense at the same time. Brass and Hoff yesterday did well together, and that's kind of the first time I really kind of had them together for a long period. So that looks good. And when Bobby in Philly played with the Turris and Zinger, they played really well. So I'm hoping we can do that tomorrow. So that can help you maybe with the line combinations there, and so that's right now, that's a portrait I can use. But at the same time, you get a lot of PKs. After the PKs, what I did, and that's what we scored, I put Stone with Broussard because they're not on the PK. So Broussard and Hoff are sitting on the bench for the PKs, and I like to punch hard after our penalty kill. Their best players have played. And your top guys are sitting on the bench sometimes after the PK, and you punch with them. And that's what I did, and it worked out twice yesterday. Stone, Broussard, and Hoff. So that's certainly something I have in the back of my mind.